Mommy and Papa them, my brothers and sisters, on a good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depending for sorry to watch, it will be now one of this time. I will start this show by saluting our brothers and for Cyprus. The whole of Cyprus will be aware which will happen there. We think about Una. We know how tough it is. Even some of now they Dubai. Plenty of our brothers then they need to work because of the coronavirus. We know say it be very tough. Very, very tough. We want to thank this our brother we play this music. Mola Mongombi when our own Fako picking. Very beautiful music from the heroes of Man Fako. We thank you very much. We sing this nice music. We'll be touching to the soul. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, Southern Cameroonians, we not be aware of everything what happen around the world. Now, why that way, our people them get to be very concerned about the situations across the world, especially as it affect our own people them. I just talk about Dubai and Cyprus because even people them for Kuwait, our brothers them for Kuwait, what they think about Una. We know, in fact, everywhere it be very tough, but I just find some particular place where I don't get concerns. Say, as every TATAW, I think about Una. And Ambazonians and too, they think about Una. Now, I will thank Una very much and for thank all Ambazonian musicians, especially Mola Mongombe, where we don't just play music. Now, make us talk one thing, Mommy and Papa them. Anyone will join this show, please click on the like button, click on the share button. Click on like, click on share, and tell we will say the watch. As soon as be aware, Una revolution, it don't reach for a critical place, critical point. We all would not touch the nucleus, the epicenter for this revolution. And it be very imperative for Ambazonians of all walks of life for understand, say, now the people them, for ground zero, they get the final say for this revolution. Now, why that way, we must ensure, say, we continuously educate the people them for ground zero, especially our fighters, for understand specificities when it comes to this revolution. As soon as be aware, one man or some people must mortgage their happiness for being able to stand the test of time. You will get attacks from all over once you preach any ideology, philosophy, or facts whether they contrary to the interests of any person who get a personal interest of this revolution. Mommy and Papa, fellow Southern Cameroonians, as I don't talk, I will continuously talk. Say, there is no debate about the position of the Ambazonian people with regards to a unitary front, or we either call them the Ambazonian National Army, and so on and so forth. Therefore, the arguments among social media be completely out of place. And every time you're not going to engage in those petty stuff, that's what I call pettiness. We concentrate on the goal, on the target of the Ambazonian people. We think of the prisoners. We think of the refugees. We think of the IDPs. We think of those who have died before us, the Mami Apis, and the Baby Matters, and the Sam Sawyers, and all the generals. We think about great patriots who started this revolution without any ambition to lead, only to provide the psychological and historic warfare that the Ambazonian people need. I'm thinking of the likes of Pamola Litumbe, Mboji Dinka. I'm also thinking of Professor Carlson Anyangwe. I will also think of late Justice Ebon, Payamba, and many of them who have died, and others who are still living. We think of the greatest philanthropist and humanitarian actor in this revolution. One man who has put, if not thousands of dollars, at least $1 million in this revolution, feeding refugees and IDPs. Dr. David Makongo. I mean, these are patriots who have zero interest and think only about the revolution. We're also thinking of great fighters who have abandoned their lucrative jobs and are fugitives abroad because of this revolution. I'm thinking of you, John Baku, Dr. Fontaine-Neba, and others whose name I cannot remember on this show. Look at those who are in jail, who were living their normal lives with their wives, their children, their families, having beautiful jobs. While in Africa, as professors and directors, IT techs, better than some who work in America. Even in jail, they still keeping the resilience. Dr. Fongalafo has written a book, as you are all aware. Patasan was a teacher who abandoned his job. Manchon BBC, a journalist, a worker, and so on and so forth. Penterens, our president, His Excellency Sekou Ayoktabe Julius, who was one of the finest, or still one of the finest IT techs in Africa. All these people, Barrister Shufai, Professor Wasum, all of them, while in jail, Professor Wasum has lost his brother. But none of them is making noise about it. Those of you who don't know, just like we will not want to be posting things. The guy who died, that some said he concocted, he drank a lot of ginger and garlic concoction, which is not true. Some said he died of coronavirus, which is not also true probably. It's my friend, Dominique Awasum. That is brother to Professor Awasum. You see, when all of these things happen, people are in jail, they didn't post that their brothers died. They kept it, they remain strong, they remain powerful for the revolution because they don't think that people should be putting or drawing pity to them. Let me say this to all of you Ambazonians. All of you must remember one thing. Our support must be ideology based, not people based. And your condemnation must be crime based. Means that if somebody does something that is not right, it will not suffice for you to stay quiet simply because you know that person. As you are aware, that is probably one of the reasons why some of these people think that they want Eric TATAW's head, because he is not selective when it comes to condemning issues that will negatively affect this revolution. Let me start straight up by giving this message to some people who do not understand the way a revolution functions. I've seen some so-called patriots of La République du Cameroon accusing Eric TATAW of killing the mayor of Manfe. I've seen their prayers, and it's laughable because usually it's my style not to comment on the death of a civilian, be it a politician or a social worker or just a local in a village. I do not comment. I only comment when the military is killed or when soldiers are killed. Therefore, all the noise on social media from the so-called patriots of Cameroon, talking about the late mayor of Mamfe, Princely Ojong, who of course was my very good friend, my age group, very wealthy, influential, and successful young man, just in his prime, who to me I can say that he died out of negligence. But let me be categorical about this fact. I use the pronoun I, because it's about time some of these guys understood where we stand, Mommy and Papa. It is very important, very, very important, that people should know that there is a promise on this whole council setup. Let me tell you why the council is very important. It's an integral part of this revolution. We must dismantle all the councils, and I'll explain to you why it must be dismantled. You see, the council is the breeding ground of Cameroon's genocide. This is what Paul Biya Bimvondo is using. This is what he's using as a springboard to perpetrate genocide on our people. Councils, yes, and I'll explain why. You see, Cameroon is always talking about decentralization, and that is why they went further to split the then Ministry of Territorial Administration and Decentralization into Territorial Administration and then now Decentralization, two separate ministries. And if you look at the documents that La République du Cameroon is parading on social media and the corridors of diplomatic missions and to the international partners, they have been specific on one thing: their decentralization plan. They are not even telling you about anything else other than decentralization. And who are those executing the decentralization plans? One sector: the councils, the mayors, municipal councillors, workers in the council, staffers. These are the people who are promoting the government's ideology to try to silence our revolution and reduce it to a regional crisis or a kind of council or digitalization affair. That is why I have urged our people to ensure that all councils are shut down. I've urged the workers of those councils, urged the mayors, urged the councillors, for them to understand that they are the first line on our enemy sheet. This is not something that is negotiable. Take out all the councils, get independence. Short and simple. I will tell you because this is something that I have been studying for the longest time. I worked in Tinto Council as communication officer and the PA to the then mayor for 15 months, where I went to over all the Upper Bayang villages, went to other ministries when I was doing stuff and writing documents for that council. I know how the council functions. If you take out the council, you take out the government. That is why we are using this expertise and intelligence of the SIS to build in the revolution. All restoration fighters, all of you on the ground, your prime objective should be to take out all the mayors across the councils. All of them. The mayor, his deputies, everybody who is related to the council. You can interpret, take out in any way, that is your business. I am here as an activist, I'm not your interpreter. If you want to be saved, stay home. Do not assume any position in the councils. It is primarily important that I make these announcements very clear. We will not tolerate, negotiate, discuss, or whatsoever with anybody that is linked to any council in Ambazonia. Ambazonia forfeited those elections, and therefore there is no local or municipal authority that is representing Ambazonia. And so I want to tell you one thing and tell you clean and clear. It's part of my policy. I use my possessive to ensure that all councils from Manu to Fako to Lebialem to Coupe Maninguba to Meme to Mezam to Ndian to Momo to Boyo, Bui, Ngokutunda, Dongamantu are completely shut down. It is imperative, and council workers must know that Eric TATAW talks and he does it. I can assure you that a new contingency plan will be put in place to completely cripple these councils. I'll give you some of the plans, which we call it a kind of precautionary motive. It's like in America, they say they put the speed signs are posted. Don't go above 25, don't go above 35, red light ahead, police ahead. That's why you have Waze, you have Google Map. They tell you, so that if you decide to run more than the speedometer or the posted speed sign, be ready for a ticket or be ready for police pull over. This is what I want to tell you, all councillors and mayors who are running errands for La République du Cameroon. You will all be removed from your offices if you don't respect the ideology of this war. And let me tell you something. We'll take you out and we'll take you in accordance to the Geneva Convention as whatsoever. Whatever way you interpret it, that is your business. Councils and their workers will not be tolerated. Councils, listen, Ambazonians, Mami and Papa them, all Ambazonian fighters on the ground. As I've been taught, if we take out councils and all the councils, we don't win the war. Because now they nucleus this for the revolution. Because Cameroon government promote now one agenda, decentralization. Decentralization. Now what I want to see people that they come for Facebook, can they make conspiracy say some person they go sign federation. I don't look and say, now don't put the one disturb revolution. Now don't put the one disturb revolution. They don't understand the way revolution they function. So all we therefore understand this aspect. Say councils must be taken out. And I tell the councillors and the mayors, I get the capacity for taking out. So I will give you now until this weekend, from Monday where they come, any council worker will go office. While Ambazonian police go wait you for your house. Will take you until further notice. So by Monday, when I will see for social media mass arrests of council workers, mass. Those instructions already placed. So if you are mammy the work of council, your brother, your sister, anybody will be related to you, tell them say Eric TATAW, aka Gary Master, don't put a ban on council activities in Ambazonia. I don't do it. I don't put a ban on council activities inside Ambazonia. Me when I don't feel say the mayor will kill for Manfe, it is hot all we. But war is war. A man gonna do what he gonna do. There is nothing you can do. We will all die someday anyway. I will die. I see somebody pray say, oh, me Eric TATAW died. God killed this boy. Well, good news for you. I say Eric TATAW will not be God, so he must die. But when I will die, now only God will decide. So, when I never understand this fact, say, when I talk about some young man where he be fear die. Because after all, now only people they for back, now they understand you don't die. When you don't die, it's a fulfillment of your life. So we will fight this fight in this manner. Councils are closed from Monday. New order in Ambazonia. No more councils will operate. All councils. So restoration forces for area where you dey. Listen very attentively. take out anything council. Not council. I tell you the truth. And I don't talk, I say from Monday, from Boya, Indian, all side, I don't talk with restoration forces the whole night. Now the new contingency plan this. When I go here, how they arrest council workers, any man go cancel, anyway, go market, go cut ticket. Oh, trust me, you will be arrested. Yes. Now, listen, look my lips, quote me anywhere. My name is Eric TATAW. I mean Eric TATAW. You will be arrested. That one is an instruction where it be final, it be non-negotiable. Once you go out there, you come back and get yourself arrested. That's it. Mommy and Papa them. As I tell now, that the problem you will get the biggest problem now the Cameroon is decentralization agenda. And now one organ, they work on this decentralization. So when we take out decentralization actors and completely, I will move now for contingency plan 2, where will be now territorial administration A. I talk about territorial administration A. Might just enlighten you now. Territorial administration get A and B, get plan A and plan B. Plan B for plan A for territorial administration now collaborators and for DOs and SDOs. When delegates, principals, all that people collaborate with you. Now territorial administration plan A that. Then plan B will be now the DOs themselves. So we will finish plan A. So you see now a contingency plan where it is in place where once we execute them, we will don't finish this revolution. These are the people where we have to take out. So we start with the councils because now soft target, they don't get protection. So it be very easy. No police no go guide my go cut ticket for market. If you are talking now, they don't guide you again. So the best way for you now to tell them, say, listen, stop this job. Once you stop the job, you'll be safe. You go to the job, you'll be arrested. Police now will guide you and there's nothing you can do about it. Point 2. I will play this video from John Aku. I will try to play him. And I'll go for person be sending for me. I'll not be really quite follow this show, but okay. Now the video this from John Aku. I'll play the video.
Julius has been contacted already on at least 3 occasions, and today, even today, as I'm speaking to you, there was another round of talks going to take place today. Julius Ayuktabe, where Dr. John Gute has proposed to him over and over and keeps trying to convince him to accept to get released. They want to set him free. They want to set him and 1 or 2, 1, 2, 3 or 4 other people of his choice free, so that they can present to the international community we are fixing this problem. But Sisi Ayuktabe has insisted, and Dr. John doesn't pretend about that, that yes, he likes freedom. He wants freedom. He wants to be free, but he wants to be the very last person to leave the jail. He believes that if they free all other Southern Cameroonians who are languishing in jail as a result of the Southern Cameroon's struggle for freedom, he says when all of them would have been released, then he can come out. And then they look at things the way they want to look at them. If someone told me, if Ayuktabe Julius himself told me this, I won't have believed him. Until I came face to face with this reality, talking to the people in the system, and actually looking in, watching into some of this movement, into some of those discussions. I am telling you, there was another scheduled meeting today. Today, Osisiku Ayuktabe Julius. This is a man who has the chance to step out there free. He already can. He doesn't even need to sign federation because the Republic is not interested in giving us any federation. You want to know? The Republic of Cameroon at this point in time has employed a multi-track approach. So the Prime Minister is busy talking to people down to the self-defense volunteers. He's busy talking.
Okay. Mami and Papa them na John Aku that. So John Aku That's why they talk them for a long time and they don't talk them again today. For a first live Facebook show for a new page, Timescape Journal. Say, Cameroon government don't contact Ayok Tabe plenty times. Tell us, make it come out for moving for jail. Then make they try to talk the thing, make the thing end. Ayok Tabe tell them, say, he like freedom. But all man, when Ambazonia, when they arrest them, they get for movie first before he, Ayok Tabe, will ever think say they come out. I just talk, so I want to give one message for President Siseko. Say, you know why when you did for that jail, you still get my support. You still get the support from majority of Ambazonians, and despite the conspiracy. Even your enemies, when they shoot down for small group, they conspire against you. They fear you. Now, whether anytime you talk something, all then they panic. They fear you just like the Republic, they fear you. You know why? Because you get way to the call and say believe. You get what? I even use a very serious word. You get Ambazonian dogma. Dogma. D-O-G-M-A. Dogma. Ambazonian dogma. That's AD. That's that belief. Believe where they spell away N-O-F. Believe. B-E-L-I-E-F. You have belief for this revolution. Now, who we for Cyril, they will still be strong. Personally, me, my motivation comes directly from you. Because I never see man waiting for jail. He get a possibility for coming out of jail. For he get life sentence. If he even kill you, but he talks he never will come out. So when you look at a leader like this, I don't want to talk about the man. Because they don't try all way for bring it down, they not succeed. Try all way for bring it down, they not succeed. They say, oh, now because I am man, tribalism. Oh, then they'll forget against it, they don't talk about man, say be Siseko person. Then they'll go say, oh no, you be Nigerian. So you see, all those things, they give me, they build my morale. For understand, and mommy and papa will get to know this one thing. Now John Baku will talk so. And me, I know a lot of things they pass in there for Konengi. I know all. So when I look at Ayok Tabe, so sometimes you should also look and say, now the answer say, what manner of man is Ayok Tabe? All we will get to understand one thing. You see, I know say he go remain there till get independence, in the fear. And so long as I day for this America, we go fight with a few Ambazonians when are patriots to the flag. Not be patriots to people. Now, I put down for now very clearly. You see, we bring proposals on how we harness our military on the ground for successfully change the face of the game. But people in the way they feel say it will be now a total disadvantage for them, not be because say the unity on the ground or the Ambazonia National Army or whatsoever is not going to be very successful. Unity on the ground will be 20 times more advantageous than the present scenario or situation. But some of the non-revolutionary actors, I use the word non-revolutionary because no man within the revolution feel the fear, me fighters for down, they collaborate extensively. So why they fear? Number one, now because power go disappear for their hand. Because once, you know, it's like, if I be CEO of a National Telegraph, I get all the power, right? Good. But if I go merge with John Baku, Timescape Journal, Christian guy, a Guardian Post, Mimi for info, you will merge like with 5. So all we now, I don't get that power I used to get like publisher for Telegraph. Christian guy don't get that power I used to get like publisher for Guardian Post. Mimi for not get the power I used to get like publisher for Mimi for. John Baku not get the power we used to get like publisher for Timescape Journal, etc. and so on and so forth. So all we now we will get shared responsibility based on the protocol agreement. So I know you're going to say, oh, just publish this news from Batoke. No, it will be an issue where all man will she don't have to decide. John Baku will get to say, I think this news is not okay. Mimifi say it's okay. I say, yeah, I think it's okay. Then we will get for Kamnaka agree based on the understanding and the MOU, that's Memorandum of Understanding. So you see, first, some people they will fear for lost power. because they like power. That's the first thing. Number two, because if force the one unite for ground, they never unite on equal capacity. No man of you say he be boss. The boss go decide, be decided by the people on the ground, by the forces. They go decide to give you one the chain of command, so people they fear the aspect. And unfortunately, I say all man where in the fight for ground, you get now 1% of those fighters. Because those groups then they all over. And why will not be harness the group? Because of this particular aspect, power. Number two, why some people they fear the idea of this unity front? Now because now their life wire in terms of their economy, money, income. You see, once we come together, we will therefore get a central account. Because before, for example, I'll still use the same example. See over National Telegraph, if someone comes from a job, and they got a job, right? They do subscription on my website, the money can earn for me. The same for John Barcode, the same for the other people. But once we come together, if you go to my nightclub, if you take my shack, if you do anything with money, they come for Telegraph. But once we come mesh together, now if money they come, we're going to have one account where John Barcode will see the money, Christian will see the money, Mimi go to see the money, and the Eric TATAW go to see the money. So for move even 10,000 for day, for buy something, or for some person from Nigeria, or for Grand Zero, John Baku must agree, Christian must agree. So all we will agree. So now no man will get monopoly or get that power. We don't talk say he go take money down. So you see people they fear because side they don't chop, where they surely go make small noise on Facebook, they do fundraiser, they will take maybe $500, give them, they do what they want to do. They also say danger day. Danger day because they not go still get that money. That is exactly their problem. Not say they fight na Eric TATAW, they fight na the interest. So now what I want to say, I don't become on Facebook, can't go to coach your man because your man coach me say, oh Eric TATAW na this na that. No, not be the idea that you see when you don't reach some level, you get for skip, what you call it, say you get for jump above, picking them, put a CB trivia, where they understand revolution are based on $200 when the fiscal will come in their pocket. You got to go above that their $200. Think about the 8 million people. Now, by the way, we will sponsor campaigns for that by ourselves. 99% of the campaign for that, now they put it for that. Now they don't sponsor the campaign. Me, I don't sponsor my own campaign. Number three thing now, the aspect of communication. Who will talk? Because once forces they come on the ground, all man unite. For example, Nami Afikomoka talk say, ladies and gentlemen, this is the CEO of National Telegraph, Eric TATAW. Christian Gafford also will say, ladies and gentlemen, this is the CEO of the Guardian Post, etc. But when we don't merge, we fit decide to choose one spokesperson will not be any four of we. If we take some one good staff will be fluent and so on. It will be a collective decision. Some people they fear. Say once those fighters are join, they don't kind of Facebook and they don't say, hey, I'm the spokesman of this. I'm this and that. So that is just your problem. You see, now the three key aspects, this way you see guys that fight for social media. Not be say they don't know, say, and you see the fight, and they can't say, oh, now even who start the idea for federal army and so on and so forth. Well, that one, I need to argue no man because we're not in a position for which start idea, we're in a position for which thing will work. So that is not an issue here. So we got to be very, very close, you know. So you see, they claim say that they bring the idea, but they fear the idea. But unfortunately, the Ambazonia Federal Army issue be start extensively with all the codes that may be named out now by Eric TATAW long time ago. That's something I was preaching. Why would you preach that flight 195 and so on and so forth? Or I think flight 19 something. I forgot that principle I used to preach about. So when you see all this aspect, now exactly their problem. Their problem, I say, they're not going to talk again. The big noise say they talk of the group because the group they got all unified. So you see that they cry, they think, I say, if this thing happen, they are finished. But it will happen, and I will explain now why it will happen because now the hand of God is there for this thing. It will happen. I'll go further. Now, take for example, you see how they woke up now, they're not getting nothing for talk, nothing for do, and then they bring a conspiracy on a topic where, first of all, they be completely uneducated about the topic. They be completely not even get the power to discuss the topic. They not be on top debate table when it comes to discussing the issue. And what be that issue? The fact say National Telegraph, it right, they use the word Northwest and Southwest of Cameroon inside his story them. Mommy and Papa them, just because a few of una big worried, una need a bit of education, not be saying a challenge. Some of una my followers, I need to talk because of those conspiracy theorists and those journalistic illiterates. I need to talk about them. I talk about una, my treasured followers, the one I need a bit of explanation. And I want to explain for now. I will take just 5 minutes to explain this aspect. You see, the problem where probably I get them, where Cameroon government get them, now say some one international media organ the way it expose military atrocities, it expose Cameroon government, and then that paper, that news organ, it get credibility. When it comes to reporting about Ambazonia, the most credible for report the crisis on Northwest and Southwest for Cameroon, the most credible news organ for the whole world, we get first-hand information for that crisis, where all man the copy from me, now National Telegraph. I'll be more credible, National Telegraph will be more credible than CNN, it'll be more credible than BBC, it'll be more credible than France 24, it be more credible than all other news organs would ever dare for report issue for inside Ambazonia. Now, by the way, when Mayor of Manfe died, none of them even know the exact place where they shoot him. But they investigate all, know everything from the chain, everything, and then even the governor is story the guy not be coherent with what happened on the ground. All man, when Telegraph will publish Mayor of Manfe died, it will take more than like 3 hours for every day for publishing because they be fierce. Oh, how possible they will see on Saturday? They say no, it's not possible, but Telegraph, we don't already publish them because I get to the call and say, Jim, on the ground report, anywhere it happens, all of us, we know Telegraph is the best. Now, they bring new conspiracy. The same people that only read the Telegraph for the past 6 or 8 months when I be there on the issue for corruption. They not complain. But all of a sudden, because I don't come on the issue where they touch on their ego and their dictatorship, they immediately talk to it, say, oh, every type of the report, BBC, the report called Ambazonia, and then CNN and so on. Number one, I just clarify on Mami, and I will show you one thing. All media organ for the world, where they report on the crisis of Cameroon, no man, no media organ, where you won't get any bit of being taken serious. If he ever start that story by saying that reporting from Ambazonia, it is this in BBC. It not ever happen. Randy Joshua, the report from BBC. You know, ever hear talk say he report from the northern zone of Ambazonia. When I follow the report, he talks say he report from Bamenda, south northwest region of Cameroon. I might explain why it correct so. Now, Mami and Papa them, when you get one other education for my followers, now Cameroon government intentional say if you try to discredit any media organ where if you bring information where US government will consume them, if you bring information where Pope will consume them, if you bring information where Amnesty International will consume them, if you try to discredit them, number one, sometimes they will go spread fake news, say probably I don't die. They know say every type of it take the news publish them, then it become completely irrelevant for international community that seen because you don't publish fake news. Say president die, will not die, but they don't afford the trap. Their second trap now for try for bring some of their like, public agents and even our own brother they were now journalistic illiterates and conspiracy theorism. Me they can claim say, oh, every time they call it say Ambazonia. Why? Because they want to say surely out of pressure where I not ever get them. Me go start talk say 10 people were killed in the northern zone of Ambazonia. Good. Must stop for the dead, analyze them for now. When you look now, they kill over 40 people from Gabu, where they from Donga Manton. When you report as they talk as heritage of the platform, if you talk say Donga Manton state, but that is not the case. But why the right for international consumption? You got to first do what they call and say identification of location. And this one not be something where they compromise them. When they answer the 5 W's of journalism, the and H, the where, why, who, what, and so on, whatever. Where did this thing happen? For example, Donald Trump pick your story from Gabu, you read them. You say they have killed 40 people, so and so in this zone. Mawe right, northern zone, for example. I just put 2 media organs side by side, Mark Barretta and Eric and National Telegraph. Mark Barretta get a reason why they got in northern zone. But I think I show you say Trump not be pick Mark Barretta in northern zone, he read them. They pick Telegraph in northwest area that it take Mark Barretta more seriously. Not be any disrespect. He go obviously no say this when you go for Google, he go first thing most of these presidents don't know location. Even you sometimes they read some story, see some name, you define the country for Google before you know the period that country come out. Now the same thing they do until the case of our case. So you never put yourself in a position for first get identification for that area. Therefore, when you pick that this thing, listen very attentively. When Trump picked that paper, he read, he see northern zone of Ambazonia. As soon as he go, he will answer, but where is northern zone of Ambazonia? Okay, he go Google and you know see anything anywhere in the world in northern zone of Ambazonia. Automatically, you don't defeat the informative aspect of that news. What we are purpose. Now, to inform the world for the humanitarian crisis, say, Cameroon military don't kill 40 civilians. Not before it falls in the civilians, not say they kill them for northern zone of Ambazonia because northern zone of Ambazonia not ever come up for Google. Get the idea. Number 2, where pick my own, they'll say Ndonga Mantung division, northwest of Cameroon's restive region or something. Now, what's going to happen? He will not say, hey, don't kill 40 people for Cameroon. What's going on? And when you read the pattern from our stories, you will say, because when I write for Facebook or Twitter be limited. Not be my website. So Twitter, you don't go straight for the facts. So when I just say northwest of Cameroon, it's okay. But if you go inside my website, you will see and say repeatedly at the end of all our stories, the last 2 paragraphs, where they talk about anything that happened for Southern Cameroon, will end up by saying that this area has been in an armed conflict since 2016, where majority of the people fighting, the one get independence for a new state called Ambazonia. That is why TATAW does. So when people bring conspiracy, then they can be defeat on the conspiracy. Now you want recognition, but you know one first identify. Something must come before the other. You must now. By the way, if you get historians, even look at this person, Pam Fongalafo, where he write book from jail. He not talks. He not use Ambazonia. He use now Southern Cameroons. He use at least forget some level of identification. But me, I must report based on the statutory nature of that country, and it not stop you for understand. Because Cameroon government want to say man for that trap so that finally no media organ no day where it get for give information out. The point they can make noise on Facebook. They be there 50 classes, 50 seats opposition behind me for university TATAW graduate the same year. 50. Miss I be start the position then you count 1, 2, 3, 50 people before they feel compare my grade. So I need to discuss journalism issues on Facebook. Someone tell me say why I need to talk about history of Southern Cameroon. It's say newspaper go to write the history for one country every time. What's that? You have had it where we have written that in 1961 so happened. So we all therefore know one thing, Mami and Pardon. Cameroon government not succeed, forget me. At the right, now standard journalism. And at the right, the help Ambazonia for expose the atrocity for Cameroon. You know one for string. If Pope just take this thing, say, you say they kill some person for Indian County, for southern zone of Ambazonia. What's Indian County there? But now inside your story where you explain, say, this thing happened for northwest of Cameroon, where separatism prefer now for call them say, now Ambazonia, take for example, I just show now one quick aspect when I see some very, very simple thing. You see, when you go like, you go for one of my, this thing that I will pull out, I'll show now very quickly. So I just take time for do this small education because I not feel say it be normal. Because not only, see, any man will bring this argument up, number one, because you know, journalism, na social science. Number one, I say the person don't know nothing about what they talk. It be very illiterate for some subject. I say it be illiterate. It be very, very national, stark illiterate on the subject matter, completely stark, and he not even understand the journalists of this news organ. So their intention, I say, man, fall for that Cameroon government trap. See conspiracy. You see, they will go do this. BBC they report how many times on the war for down. CNN they report how many times. So when you see all these things, they'll make noise every day. I get to come educate you now so that me will not follow that conspiracy now because the fee say might drift away from the discussion will be pertinent for Ambazonia for to talk about this media organ. But it be important because a continuous education for wipe out these small corrupt people they on social media. Put away down the talk for school, they not talk. That this aspect will be very clear. Very clear. All first, all the members of social media, right? All them, some of them go journalism school. You ask yourself, why not be capable for opening their own media organ? Because they don't know nothing about the deontology. They just pass through the school, but they make a hell of noise on social media. And then someone can say, oh, the man be work with CNN, the man be work with BBC, and so on. You write 4 stories on CNN, you work with CNN on freelance basis or something, and then me where I create CNN, as a National Telegraph, now the equivalent of CNN, although they operate for different capacity. Now all will get headquarters in Washington. The one point I say, so other money own media organ is big in terms of wealth because they start longer than every TATAW. So how many you did expect some work on CNN when me have to create something like CNN? So you say, oh, they say we got there, you say you work for Amazon, you pass man where you create T-Mobile. I mean, you say, look, I mean, it look normal for you. Say you work with Verizon, then I can create a company when I see communication company, I have to hire you, you just say pass me. So now see some kind of way before they contradict themselves. So all when I get to understand this fact, I am the CEO of National Telegraph, and I take decision based on journalistic tenets. I know my decision will be based on some rascals that they make noise on social media. No, Telegraph is a company. We operate for 18 countries plus UAE and America. Make them 20. Now we have 18 African countries, 1 country for Gulf, and then I'll go there for America when I headquarters. Now 20 countries. So I know jeopardize. Man, when you read for Uganda, you will not say nothing on our side. So now I to understand all these aspects. I'm not going to discuss with petit frère for social media about journalism. No, that's not my trademark. I know discuss petit frère. I can't say petit frère. Petit frère. Everybody journalism forum all day. All of them know. Mark day for that same forum. All them they know. All of them. Me, Tansin, everyone in the journalism forum. So me, I be Eric TATAW. I be CEO of a Telegraph. 99% I see people they go copy news Telegraph on ground, but they need quote Telegraph. Excuse me, we'll get time for that kind of no. We'll be focused on the aspect where they will give credibility for our story. And once we remain on that credible position, then we'll not reap the advantage, because the more okay, take for example, now we'll bring the awareness about Ngabu for make us say they see say, oh, Ngabu get issue. Now Prince Hansen, the first report about Ngabu, it bring the awareness. Is case we go talk say northern zone of Ambazonia, so man will take it seriously? No. Now who can revamp the Ngabu case? Now Mimi Mefo, because talk about Northwest. So when you see people they don't understand the pattern. Because listen, I don't want to know. You see, first of all, for create a media organ, and then for run them, I run the thing for I hear some person around make noise say if the co-founder of Telegraph for 2011. We not found Telegraph for 2011, now 2013. No, we are 2013. So when you see when person won't lie. How you go to be co-founder of some business, then your name not on top. So when you look at all these things, right, from 2013 till now, February 20 go make an 8 years. This February already passed, with this 7 years plus. And you see the way the thing evolve. You see, I say every year, from the time I started that, I multiply, because I understand the technology, the deontology of the profession. We graduate from UB. All of us, everyone they make noise of Facebook, all of us we graduated together. Very few of we, in fact, from our batch, now we two, let's open media organ. Me, Eric TATAW, National Telegraph, and then Tamban Ivan, we open journal, Bilang Tribune or something. Yeah, just 2. Out of we, how many? 100 and almost 59 or 60 or 80. So now a tax way, all of us get to be together for try for grow each other. Not for come with unnecessary conspiracy on social media, because it make you look stupid. It make you look mean. It make you look dull. It make you look like an illiterate, like a Bosco. It make you look like a Zamzam in all these Jackie Chan film them. It make you look like indeed a picking ball. So it don't make no sense. Say you can't make noise. You talk about you can't talk about boast about you are this, you are that, which is best way to employ for 18 countries plus 2 here, America and Dubai. So all those things are not work, and I want them all to stay very focused. So I take time to talk about this so that all those journalistic illiterates them and scumbags. Now scumbags them, as a matter of fact, it doesn't look normal. Say you can put some money, editorial policy on debate. It is not debatable. Not be a business. We need to discuss the way they write for Telegraph. You understand? For example, some media organs they write Mr. Donald Trump. Me I need to put Mr. for address person or Mrs. I go straight to the person name. Some people they write May 10th, 2020. They put TH from top the 10th or the. But me, I put May 1. Now, so look at my articles. So I get my format. Some people they put byline at the end. I put my own at the top. So if you look at them, you'll see and say, we'll get a dictatorial policy. And you know if you change them because I should done down as a journalist par excellence. with over 15 years experience and 8 years of full ownership of National Telegraph for draft this policy. So we all get to understand this fact. I just want to make sure, say, all that noise, you know, say it gets zero impact. And Ambazonia people, they understand. We will not go fall trap for Cameroon for discredit the source of international community to get information. We will not fall trap. We will not ever fall trap for discredit. If some person, I an intelligent person, me an intelligent person, 2 billion times, now while I was cool, I'll be the best 50 position ahead of the person. So all this issue not be discussion why I get for Carl Swami, I can't the corporate and them. No. I don't make them so I'm going to put and clean and clear say, not bring conspiracy where you know if you bring 8 months ago because you simply feel say this mandate against your interests. Nah. All right, now, all we get for you to thank God. Now, either way, you see me online 24/7, working hard to make sure that everybody's happy, bring you news, everything. During this period, some of them they sleep. Then the only people can't make noise. They sleep, at the work, they increase, but they can't make noise. But then, even at that, we get very, very good Ambazonians away. They encourage me and I cry for them. Each time I see una encouragement, una call me, congratulate me. So I will only and say, man, no, do you really sleep? I feel so when I look at so I feel like my cry. When I see some person ask me the question, I see how a person be very touched about your effort. But you'll get sadism for society. People they'll always behave the way they behave. Without saying, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk more on this on our official National Telegraph page. But then I don't explain from my point of view, they understand, say, we'll keep on that policy because for the top of the story, you must identify the exact position when a northwest of Cameroon, but inside the body of the story or in the conclusion, for example, might just pull out this story where it concern what we write about, might just quickly wanna see if I might just show some small illustration so that my people will not be deceived. Might go for this story quickly before. Okay, very good. Now, if you go for a story like this, for example, might open the story so that I will show now. Just keep sharing as you join. Might go up here. Perfect. Okay. So I will just show this very carefully, just quickly. Just 1 minute. Might pull it out. So issue about my charger. Wrote this down. Okay. Very good. So, if you come for this Balai story, Cameroon suspends university lecturer for setting exams on Anglophone crisis. That was by Eric TATAW, Washington, D.C., USA, Thursday, April 30, 2020. All right. Okay, look at the beginning of the story. This is on the National Telegraph. The Bala story. Brave man, a man who used his university, this thing, to bring more debate about the crisis. Okay, look at the story here. When you come here, what do you see? You see northwest, southwest, isn't it? That's southwest region. I'll read it. Cameroon has suspended one of its lecturers at the University of Buea, its lone Anglo-Saxon university headquartered in Buea, capital city of the country's restive southwest region. National Telegraph can confirm. That's the intro. So that any man when you pick him, he go immediately know say, now inside Cameroon. I don't go to the southern zone of Ambazonia. Wrong approach. Absolutely unjournalistic, non-professional, unprofessional completely. Okay, now the first step that you go now for down. When you go for down, you will see the conclusion for the story. All right? So forget all those conspiracy theories because if you say, when you come now for the conclusion, you will see Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. Isn't that Ambazonia there? This is Ambazonia for that same story. You don't see Ambazonia. And this is how it reads. I'll read it. So down here. Cameroon still embattled by an armed conflict in its 2 English-speaking regions of the Northwest and Southwest, where rebels are fighting to restore the statehood of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. Very important. Another word comes up, rebel. You want to just education for today. Now, the word rebel, which is the synonym for rebel, rebel, they equals to restoration fighters, to secessionists, to independentists. It means that me and you will fight will be rebel. Rebel simply means a man will pick arm, not be any bad word. In fact, it be so strange that the same person that they name themselves, they say they be rebel. Where you use the word now, they won't bring up a conspiracy. And then you be cheap as a sheep for any person to share or try to even question them. Because, so all these things got to be clear. I just feel, might take the moment today for pass this message about councils, pass this message for our president, Sisi Kwayo Tabe Julius, and for also ensure that we put out this very clear message so that like probably no if you say we don't be defeated in the sense that if you confuse people about which we will take 3 callers and we'll end the show. So I want to thank all my we don't watch this show. Say it will be important because you see people they always can display their kind of I don't know how they put them because in absolute dullness say they go say they can't talk the one why they call Northwest. You see the stories and they go all my stories. We will always make sure say we identify the place as something that the people want to call Ambazonia. You never start a story for international audience by using the word Ambazonia. No, you must first of all identify, localize. When you say localization of industry, you must localize the position, put them for GPA, GPS first. Me, therefore GPS first thing. GPS your location for your story. Put out GPS. Let it be on the map before you start explaining. That where is critical. Where? All right. Okay, we'll take one caller. Also, hello. Yeah, one participant on the show, please.
Yes.
All right. 1 minute. We need just 5 callers.
We thank God for you for the good job you're doing. And I just have a few comments to make. So right now, I've been observing, I've been watching some of the people talking on behalf of Soemba and those talking on behalf of Sako. If you realize that these people, they are fighting for positions. They have interest on what they're fighting. The reason I'm saying this is because you come to understand that people are dying on the ground for something. I expect Ayabachu to tell us why people are dying on the ground. I expect the Sako to tell us why people are dying on the ground. But none of them is telling why people are dying on the ground. And the simple reason why people are dying on the ground is fighting for supremacy. That's the simple reason why people are dying on the ground. And at this point, if Benedict Kwa, listen to him talk yesterday, he's trying to talk politics instead of saying what we want to hear. We need to listen to people who talk in straight language. Don't come out there, you try to tell us that we need a national army, and in another sense, you're trying to tell us that we already have a national army. How will you convert the people who are loyal to SACO to become ADF? What does it you're going to fight them to capture them, or you're going to kill them to eliminate them? That's a simple way that you can get that done. So all these men are telling us out there, if you are true Ambazonia that you're fighting on behalf of us, get out there, let's fight together. If you want to fight together with someone, you need to sit on the table with that person and talk to see how to move forward. You don't try to beat someone or to kill someone and not get the person's position and you're claiming to be a national army. That is absolutely wrong. And for us, the Ambazonia, I would like to say that we have brothers and sisters who are down there in the forest with those guns. Let's talk to them in a simple language so they get these things well understood. Because some of them, they don't understand what is even going on. So we need to talk to them behind the scene, educate them. Let's forget about these people. They're talking politics. And listen to Benedict Kwa, that's a politician. It's not yet time for politics. Let's get to Goya. Then we can talk politics. I don't even think they can talk the politics. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll take callers. We'll just take them irrespective. All right, thank you so much. We'll take 2 more callers and then we'll end the show. And so I wanted the show to be very brief. So I think I don't explain everything. We'll take maybe 1 more caller. I don't want that mean long. So all we have to understand, say, as I talk, power, money, and for talk. Now I really want to fight for. All right, they're not get interest or anything that happen for that war for them. Hello? 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 I'll take another caller. Hello? Hello? Poor network. Hello?
Hello.
Please, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, Salon.
Yes, thank you, please.
Yeah, I want to thank you for what you do. I've been very happy for what you do. I really thought that God could bless you for what you do, girl. I thank you because I like whenever you carry debunk that Kapodaji them and Tapang Ivo. I listened to Kapodaji talk yesterday. I talk about rebel. When at the same time your friend Tapang Ivo talk quite say be rebel. And then why you don't call rebel? It can be like one who call you say they talk rebel, so you call like the party when there's
You know, when I start use the word rebel, when I use the word rebel, they be talk them all. Even the very person go from whatsoever they call. Yeah, thank you. We go from whatsoever they call rebel TV. They be fact on them rebel, draw line here, and so on. But today they don't come back to the fact. So rebel now synonym. It jump now the word. It didn't say one talk say man. You say male. That's what rebel mean. You say this is a male, this is a man, this is a female. You know, not just synonyms. You know, hello?
Yeah, hello?
Please. Yes, go ahead.
I really thank you for how you come anytime you come with people there. Then I want to say concerning the national, the other day I tried to listen for TATAW ATF, we don't exist SYC. So I asked him, okay, if we claim to ATF, national army, SYC, we claim to the national army. So now how you want to organize the thing? Therefore, ATF is not the national army. We need all these groups to come together.
Thank you. Next caller.
So I think I make Ambazonia made a move.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
National army, it will go take you to where?
Thank you. I agree with you to 100%. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Well, I want to really take the advantage, but really thank you for the topic for today, because I think 2 or 3 days ago you were online where we tried to keep the reason why we force and join together for fight. I do not call for talks until we don't get talk on today, and I'm very grateful. You see, I don't come to understand, say, because before me, I want to start fight for this struggle. Because I be the army, now me and late General Ivo them, over the army. They can come up before we calm down, before take a decision, call we, give the explanation, before accept, we calm down, we join for fight. That the time where the new general waiting for ATF, what they call big number. And also when I talk, so you know who they talk. The time when we know say they try to make the fight strong people, they deny plenty, they don't want to unite. You want me to fighting, killing of people really go on, killing of fighters every day really go on. Now this is a power. If all man bring down itself, they stop the issue of power. They come down, they bring the national army. The end of PR regime from Ambazonia, it don't end. And if all man understand the fact, if they fight all day down, all we will fight the fight uniquely, and it will help all we, and the fight will short. Thank you very much for today.
Thank you. God bless you. All right, we'll take one last caller, then we'll end the show. I want to thank all man we don't participate. I think I see all man, they on the same track, and want to thank all man who watch this show today. So if you know how to share this show, just go back after this, go share them. So we'll surely end calls, so no one too many calls, and I don't want me to show too long. Okay, last caller, no more. After this, I'm not taking no call. I'll put the phone off. Hello? Yes, go ahead, please.
Yes, I call from Turkey.
Yes, please.
Yes, I realize we get a lot of confusion where instead of for the unite for say how we forge ahead for conquer la republic. Instead, some of we they go on air, instead they abuse others. Like the day before yesterday, I listened to Tapang Ivo. Specifically, if they talk about you, they like say the whole show within a little talk about you. The truth is, even if you don't bring an idea, someone get a national army, it don't mean say you don't eliminate ADF. Now, someone come together from which way me I don't listen from you. Now, someone come together, we'll be as one, we'll fight together. But they need to agree for accept them that way. But for me, at the time was say that money where they use them, they collect and with that TTOF, it's like they get some fishy something they do about that money. Where they need to make people they see the transparency, how the money they enter and how it come out. If you be say the one fight only on their own, say okay, me AGF on their own, will not get a national army, will not deny. We need a transparency for the money where they collect them and where they spend for purchase whatever thing where Ambazonia people they contribute.
All right. Thank you. Some people they say, "I'll take more calls." Okay, I'll take more calls. All right. I'll take the other caller.
Yes.
All right. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, very congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. At least your explanation of that approach is wonderful. You see, we cannot continue to fight in obscurity. We must be privileged. We must thank God, say, at least you did for enlightening war on the situation on ground. That approach, we appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, but because that's so the paper has to get everything straight in order, because if you want to report, say, a northern zone, obviously you discredit the information, the actual information. So thank you for thanking me. God bless you.
No, in fact, your approach correct. We must take them from above, then bring them from down, small will reach.
They call us, say, inverted pyramid. Thank you. God bless you. All right. I think everybody don't understand that why we use Northwest and Southwest. We'll take another person here. Hello? 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 All right. We don't miss that caller. We'll take a few more calls, then we'll end the show. All right. So thank you so much, Mami and Papa. I think I know I made this show really long. We'll take this caller. Hello? 1 minute. Hello? So go ahead, bro. Yes, please.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I follow the show, and it'd be very good for educate our people on how to move for the struggle forward. I know a lot of people they be a little bit frightened, especially other groups. Put particular attention to ADF, and they feel ADF is aspect from a national army. ADF not get the capability. And it's time for Ambazonians to come to a realization, say, we have to come together and stop going around the circle and form a unit, a structure where it will lead us to freedom. And ADF from now to tomorrow cannot take us to Ambazonia, or cannot give us independence, and they cannot they don't have the capability. So we have to, they have no choice. So what the first thing we do, Ambazonia need to stop to form groups, and we need one come into that idea to form a unit where you be formed counter a lot of big atrocities. And because the ADF get the power, because we, the Amazonian, the people, they support them. And if we say no, this is the right thing, and for reduce the suffering of our people, any group where it not be in line with the objective and the goal where it needs to be achieved, that group needs to be, they need to fund that group, and we support to defund the group. And whether we're an attacker or whatever noise or whoever they do, the truth is that we need a unified force where we need to fund those forces and get us to Boya. So I think I want to reiterate on that point, and thank you for your hard work and the sacrifice.
Thank you.
That's my contribution.
Thank you so much. God bless you, bro. All right, I'll take another caller. Hello? Okay, so person asked number, the number now +1 9174 801068 +1 9174 801068. Okay, next caller. Hello?
Hello, good morning, Harry.
Yes, please go ahead, brother.
Yeah, you don't just make some perfect correction to that by your right object. It be just happened with me for my workplace last month. So I've been trying to explain something to my boss, say this on a team ways way this and this we want for our country, we play some war. But out of that kind of, love for two, he knew I just call and say Ambazonia. I don't know saying my boss, he don't go inside office, go for Google. He go look, I say, but I can't see Ambazonia as a country. He come back and the next day he can tell me, say, George, you're telling me about Ambazonia, where is it at? So now for that now my head shake. I say, hey. Now I go now give explain with it being a country like Cameroon, but these two English side and they want to get the new name to be like Ambazonia. So honestly, bro, he do a very good job. Sometimes we get that love for something, but when it take away our focus, how for explain something or for understand and say no. Now say if you start explain before now you can't learn to your final point. In fact, I want to thank you very much for the show today and for everything you do.
I feel so touched, you know. And the truth I say, some of the people they do the conspiracy, they still know, but they want to confuse people. Well, thank you so much. Matt, take another caller.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much. You see, that's it. So I thank the poll. They say I take more call. This is a very powerful caller. Yes, hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Please go ahead, brother.
Yes, you know the other thing we get up for this fight now, your credibility. Everybody in this fight, most people, they don't. And the reason why Siko is very powerful, you get credibility. You make mistakes, yes, but your mistakes are not honest mistakes. Your mistakes are not for example, if you support some man with the man turn out to be a wrong person, but you get very, very untarnished image. Everybody knows that. No man will dispute that. And if I hear any allegation for you about fraud or anything, your only problem is if you make mistakes. And when you be quick for acknowledge and say, okay, I make mistakes. I mean, I want me someone challenge me on that. So that's why people are so jealous. Now, for this fight, now it will be in the interest of some people that maybe war continue because that's how they make money. But I want to be, that's not you. You see, Tapang I for the lead now on this struggle. You know, actually, you look up clearly, Tapang Ivor don't care about Sissoko. The reason we did pretend to support Sissoko, that because Sissoko did jail and Sissoko get credibility. Now all we know, but we need to talk about. You know, see Tapang Ivor that the first man to tip for the revolution. You know, see now the first man to tip for them money. You know, see never ever refund that money. He give part of it. Now he try to bully for them. Make for them write a letter, acknowledge, say, you don't take, acknowledge, say, you don't pay the money, or when you never ever do it. You see, imagine, see, you never pay that money till today. You see, imagine, you never pay the money. You don't pay part of it, but you never pay everything. But now, you go around the code for them, because for them get credibility. But you never talk for them, since for them come America, but you go around quoting. So I just tell you, you know the kind of way you deal with them. That man, he don't go ever forgive you for this world because you expose and he lies. Say all the red dragons. He don't go ever forgive you. So be ready. He go attack you when you sleep. We won't bring anything. So be very careful here and be on the lookout. Now all I want to tell you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. We'll take another caller. Thank you so much. God bless you. All right. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Go ahead, please.
Yes, I want to repeat the same thing with the other caller talk. When you talk about Ambazonia to people, nobody really understand. But if you start from the inverted pyramid system, everybody will understand. I remember a day where we did church. The pastor we talk about putting the flags of every other nation in the church as a representative of the members of the church. I woke up, I talked about Ambazonia. Everybody was like, where is Ambazonia? He even went for research on Ambazonia and he came back and asked me. So people have to understand this perspective. You must use that inverted pyramid approach. If you don't use that inverted pyramid approach, if somebody asks you for wherever you there for the world, say where you come out, if you not start by saying you come out for Cameroon before you try to explain, nobody will understand on what place of this planet where you come out. Nobody ever know place where you come out. Then I want also beg on you say I want also beg on us may would advertise that on STV because many people they try for you say that not your project, of which that not be your project. So if there is a possibility.
But then even at that man even cut it short, if that not my project, which of them be more credible than me? That don't get the most registered members. It don't raise the most amount. So nobody about those things. They go always talk, but you know, we don't need all them, all the way they criticize that. They not go ever contribute for that. So wait you want now, when I pass on thousands. If for example, like the only challenge on do now and say, I know say sometimes for go on they go register, it be a little bit difficult because of computer service for some people. If we just come up with all the way 500, we go register for that. They know they make that noise. Now we get how many members? So all of us get to go for the dark website. I will encourage everybody. The game has changed. Game has changed completely.
And need that also put up a paper and Western Union because I want to tell you and say most people they not be able to contribute now because that number yet put up the payment of wire transfer.
Okay, very good, yeah. Excellent. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So we thank everybody who don't participate. We'll take this very last caller. I mean, we don't take too many calls. We'll take the very last caller. All right. Thank you so much. Hello.
Yes, my brother Eric Asaloto.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So I want to give some 2 points. The first thing about the criticize you say use the word rebel. I want to just ask and say, Charles Taylor never be rebel when he became president. He started as a rebel leader and became the president. So the word rebel leader, that word rebel, a name for opposition for anything against the government of the country.
Yes.
Yes. So that one, that your talk no make sense. Yes. Kaput Daniel, they talk all the talk. Since they keep Kaput Daniel post, maybe no silence. He said maybe they criticize ADF from time to time, but after the Corey key post, you don't quiet, now they make noise. The other point I say, even if the talk say, dark Naya project. Look at for America. Maybe they attach any Congress member to a project where you have a floor. If a Congress member put a point for the floor, will help either the Republican Party or the Democratic Party. I always bring a project who will support the American people. Maybe they attach that Congress member to that project, whether they good for the whole nation. So all this stuff they really just bring that in. For me, I just look and say, it really makes no sense. We divert from the main point. Now, wait till we I think Tapang do. I said Tapang is that kind Tea Party member inside Republican Party and are extremists. You understand now? And even if TTOS will do well, ADF will not show picture of a gun with TTF don't buy it. You understand? We don't see that like the same thing we have for that type of party. When we get small $2,000, they go buy the 2 guns, they can't make propaganda. But everything else is the Ambazonia people, they need credibility. And you know, so you'll be the most credible person, so that why they try to come behind you. And then you forget say, the foundation why we be as Ambazonians now for fight La Republic. So now when credibility don't gain for the revolution, and they know the thing they want to go forward, now you don't put a proposal about a unitary army, whether the Ambazonia army, they vex. So for them, they may feel say, as other people like me are the fear say, if ADF continue with this time, when we reach a boya, the one pull down nonsense for come suppress all man, despite the whole people that say that they be national army. I thank you very much. I know what I mean, Relenia Alfred. Continue for the way you do it. You're on the right track.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Okay. So we'll end on here. Thank you so much. I think we'll even so maybe short. We'll thank you about our last caller that we'll not take no more calls. Thank you so much. All right. So thank you. Last caller. After this, I'll shut them down. I might just take the last caller. Just me the person not say you prefer to play music. Will not take my call. Hello. 1 minute caller, please. Yes, please. 1 minute so that we'll end the show.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Right. Yeah. Thanks for the explanations. On the for the issue for the Ambazonia army, is it the same like forming a football team, a national football team?
Mm-hmm.
You don't take only one club to say me go represent the whole nation. You don't see ever work. You will take players from all the clubs. I don't explain for ADF supporters. They seem to say they understand, but they go do something totally different. Now what I want to thanks.
Oh, thank you. That was brief. Another person. Okay, last caller, last of last. Hello, just lucky person. Yes, please. All right, that's it. We're done. Thank you. So thank you to my friend Jojo. Jojo is just joining us. Jojo, thank you. Thank everybody. Thank you all. God bless you, Dr. Makongo. Everybody, all of our prisoners. Thank you. All the refugees in Nigeria. Mami and Papa, God bless you. Now, once more, happy Mother's Day in Arias. I want to salute all Mami for the revolution. Okay, God bless you now and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye bye. Bye bye.